Hi everyone, welcome to Workshop Wednesday. I'm finally back from my trip. It seems like I've been gone forever. I left like January 25th and got back on February 13th. When I got back, I was sick, so this Workshop Wednesday was supposed to be for February 15th, but I'm making it now today, which is February 18th, a Saturday. I'm so lost. I've been trying to catch up. I'm still like congested, so I've been taking medications, my sinuses, chest congestion, but I'm back and I have a project for you that I was gonna make on the 15th. It is a banner. Let me pick it up and show you. I was gonna show you it down, but it says love. This does not have to be for Valentine's. I made it and I hang it up all through February. And as if you could see the one behind me over there, that one says you, so it says love you. But we're just gonna do this one here that says love today. A reminder, my project sheet, if you want this with the step-by-step instructions that goes with the video, you could join my email list. There will be a link to join my email list. There's been so much happening since I've been gone. Celebration's still going on and it's only till February 28th. So if there's any of the free products that you want, you need to get them now. The Dainty Flowers Designer Series paper has already, it's all gone, so they're not replacing it. So if there's anything you want, get it. And they announced some new products that you could choose from, and so there's some pretty good deals. There's the punches on there and some kits. So if you want to get anything, you can. And I'd like to thank you all for watching my videos and sharing my videos while I was gone. Today's prize is going to be a package of the Regal's Designer Series paper. So just share my video, comment that you shared my video. You can share my video here from my Facebook page or from YouTube. Either way you share it, just comment that you have shared it so that I know to enter your name into the drawing for the DSP. And I finally caught up with all of the ones that the prizes while I was gone. They actually will be shipped out on Monday. I didn't get to the post office today, so they will go out on Monday. So I think that is it. Oh, the Join My Team special is still going on again until February 28th. For me personally, I think it's the best deal that Stampin' Up has ever offered. You can get the mini Stampin' Cut Boss machine in white or the new boho blue, which will be a new in color coming, and $175 in product, which is amazing. And it'll ship for free. You don't have to pay shipping. You'll just have to pay the taxes. And then you'll be part of my team, the Lucky Charms. And there's another option that's for $99. You don't get the mini cut and boss machine. You'll just pick out $175 in product of your choice. You get to choose what you want in your starter kit. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I'd love to have you on my team. And I guess we'll get started with this project. It's going to be quick and easy, I hope, because I die cut and cut a lot of this stuff because I wasn't feeling good and I wasn't sure how well I would do. Okay, so let's create. I want to show you some of the products that we're going to use. Let me get this banner out of the way. My paper is coming up. This is a set that I love. And I like the dies that go with it. And we're only using one stamp, which is this one. And we're going to use mostly all the dies. But I don't know why this stamp set I can make quick and easy, simple cards with this stamp set just by stamping these leaves on it and one of the sentiment. So this is the Forever Fern, and the dies are called Flourishing forever flourishing, I think. Everything's on my project sheet, so if you join my email list, you'll get it. We're going to use mint macaron ink, and only on that one stamp, like I told you. I'm sorry about these lines going across. I tried closing my blinds and everything, and it just made it, I mean, they're closed now, but with it open, I made it worse. So we're going to use the Alphabet a la Mode dies with some adhesive sheets on our cardstock, and we're going to use the Time Worn type embossing folder and the Heart Pack punch. You get both of these punches in the package. And we are going to use some of the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper. So I already cut my pieces, like I said, and my patterns vary. This one, because I used all of my red, and I had used this DSP for the free class I just did, so that's why I ran out. So I'm going to show you how we're going to make our little flags, and I kind of marked one of these already. I can't even tell which one I marked. I think it was this one. Oh yeah, I see my mark now. So with the pencil, all you're going to do is we're going to go up. Let's turn it sideways. And we're going to go up 1.5 inches. Oops, wrong side. I love a clear ruler too, because you can just see so much. So 1.5 is right here, because you got to discount that in the front. So we're going to go up about no, actually we're going up 1 inch. So I'm going to make my mark there. And then we're going in at 1.5. So let's go 1.5. And here's 1.5 to make my mark, which is actually here, because we're going the inch. So we're going by that mark, and 1.5, and there's our mark. So that's all we have to do. So with our paper snips, we're just going to cut from this corner to our mark, and then this corner to our mark, and that's it. So what you can do with the rest of them, you can just trace it if you want, or just make your mark, but let's do it on the back of the paper so your marks won't be there. You'll know just to make a mark there. This is the one we're using, and oops, make another mark. And another mark. I guess I could have cut these. I was trying to make this easy. And another mark. I die cut everything else. I figured, oh, well, I cut these papers. This will be nice and quick. Mark. And then another mark. Oh, and by the way, these pieces are 3 by 4, 3 inches across, 4 inches down. And so now we'll just snip all of these corner to our mark, corner to our mark. And I was supposed to do those on the back side, and I think I only did it on the first one. Silly me, but you can use an eraser and erase those marks if they're still there. I have an eraser right here. I'll erase that one. Let's erase this one. Let's see where this one is. Sorry about my sniffles. I got sick like 2 days before the end of our cruise. And I was like, one of our stops was Jamaica, and I wasn't even able, I didn't get off the ship. We had actually booked an excursion. This one's on the back side. We had booked an excursion. We were going to go tubing through the river, and I woke up feeling so horrible that my husband, he ended up going just with my brother and sister-in-law, and I stayed back. I stayed back for a little bit. My friends that went with us, they were going out and about and just walking around in Jamaica, see what there was. I'm not cutting this very well. But Anyway, I had texted them to see if they were off the ship and if they would mind picking me up some medicine. Because, you know, if you go on the cruise ship and you're sick, they will quarantine you. And it was only 2 days left of the cruise. So I don't want to be quarantined my last couple of days. I'm going to get this banner out of the way. I don't want to be quarantined the last couple of days. But I know I didn't have COVID. It was just like a head and chest cold. But I haven't been able to get rid of it. And I'm not sure if because we were in tropical weather. And then we came home to snow. Crazy. It was snowing that night when we landed here. So I'm going to punch out 6 petal pink hearts with the scallop one. And 1, 2, 3. So then there's 6. And these are going to make our 3D hearts. So I got my Simply Score, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this little center of the heart up on the 2 score line and then just score down. I hope that makes sense. So line it up on the 2 and then just score down. Yeah, so I don't know if I haven't been able to get rid of it, but I did do a COVID test when I got home because I was worried I might have COVID, but it was negative. Towards the end of the cruise, I noticed there was a lot of people on the cruise ship coughing. You know, I always seem to get sick when I travel, and I don't know if it's all the air conditioning, the flying in the planes, or what. But I always, you know, a lot of times when I'm staying in a hotel, I get the sinus things going on. All right. So we're done with that. But we did have an amazing time. 15 days is the longest cruise I've ever done. And it was fun, fun, fun. So we're just going to fold all these hearts in half, burnish the score line, and we are then going to use some liquid glue and adhere them together, and I'll show you. And you can add as many of these hearts you want to make it bigger, fluffier. I'm not sure what you would call it. We're just going to add some liquid glue here on it. I guess if you want it more bulky, and just line up your little scallops or score lines. Like, ooh, this glue is drying quick. Oh, there, I got to move it. Move it. So just like that. And then we'll add some more here to one of these to add our next one. Like so. And these are drying pretty quick, and they're just going to lay like that on our heart. Oops, this one's, on our flag. So we're going to add glue to these and then stick them onto our banner. But I'm going to wait a second to do that. Let's do another one real quick. And just add some liquid glue. Adhere it. It's moving around a little bit, right? Because I added a lot of glue. Do another one. And there you go. So we'll set these aside and let them dry. I have these pieces. Well, all right, so our pieces that we're going to be using are, we're going to need 1 sweet sorbet of this big, I call this the big leaf. I call this one the medium. This is Evening Evergreen. We're going to stamp the 2 mint macarons. I already have them done, but I'll stamp them and show you. We have 2 of these little leaves. These are what I call little leaves, or small. And we need 2 of the small ones in the gold glimmer paper. We need 3 of these. These are, I forget what I called them in my directions. I was trying to think of names for everything. I don't know if, I think I called them rounded something. I'll have to look. And then this one is called the curve leaves. So these are all in the gold glimmer paper. And then we need our letters, love. And then we're going to add adhesive sheets to the back of that. So these are all the pieces I already have ready for us. But let's go ahead and stamp the 2 that we need. And I stamped, the reason I stamped this one, and this is the only stamp I used, because it just didn't look right cut out with no ink on it. And I even tried to put it on white paper, and I liked the mint macaron better. So we're just going to stamp those 2. Here is my piece of cardstock for the letters. I already put an adhesive sheet on the back of it. So let's see if we can fit all of this on our Stampin' Cut emboss machine. I always call it Stampin' Cut. It's a cut and emboss machine. Like I said, right now during celebration, if you join my team, you get the mini one. I pulled out the big one because I was going to try and do all of these together. I think my plate needs to be turned over because it's moving. So I'm going to do that one. Let's stick this on here and let's see if we can get all our letters. Get all our letters on there so that they don't move. Of course, I'm not putting them in order, just as long as they all get cut. So I have my magnetic plate on there, and that makes them move around. All right, so those all look good. This is lined up. Let's go ahead and cut this. Yeah, this is the only stamp that I used to make this whole banner. And it was just because I thought they looked so much better stamped than the other ones. You could tell what they are. This was another one. I didn't know what to call it. I called it rounded stems, I think. I think that's what I called this one. If I knew the names of all these leaves, I should, since this is my favorite. I'm going to keep this out for a second because we're going to do our white hearts and we're going to emboss them. Let me just move it aside. And I have all these pieces that we need. And we are going to punch out. We just need 4 of the basic white hearts, and we're using the non-scalloped heart. 1, 2, 3. And I'm only doing 3 because I already have one here that's embossed. So now we're going to emboss it. And I got mine. Have to switch my plates out because we need the one for the embossing folder. It just takes number 1. Here's our embossing folder. So you can just stick your hearts in there. However, I just wanted to add some texture. And then we're going to add our plate. Run those through. And then now we have our embossed hearts. They're sticking in here. All right, so I think we're done with this now. And with these, I have pieces all over, but this is all going to come together. So in my instructions, I tell you to put it together according to the picture because, you know, it's easier to understand. So we're going to add a letter to each of these. Pull my letters out of the dies. And that adhesive strip is going to make it easy, or the adhesive sheets, because my first one, I had to glue them. And I had glue all over me because these letters are so thin. E. Okay, so let's just, I hope I'm staying in the camera. I feel like I haven't done a video in forever. I did all the ones before I left. So there's our L. O. So everything we're gonna glue on these flags, I call these a flags, is gonna be done with the liquid glue, except for the hearts. Those are all gonna be put on with dimensionals. V, and now E. So you try getting glue on these little skinny letters. You're probably going, well, it's taking you a while to get that adhesive backing off. Okay, so there's our letters. So now let's do these. Let's keep those up here and let's do these ones, because these ones are going to be our hearts. So we are going to grab the one where you could see the seam, and we're going to put glue on these two sides, because now we're going to press that. What I try to do is line this point up with that V at the bottom. And just hold that there for a minute. And then we'll do our other one. And add the glue. Stick it down. Line it up. Right there with the V. Press these down. And I'm going to move these white hearts out of the way for a moment. And get my Evening Evergreen ribbon. And we're going to tie a couple of bows to put right above those hearts. Do any of you all have vacations planned? People are like, you guys never stay home. Well, we've learned that life is short and we're trying to enjoy it while we can, because you just never know. Just never, ever, ever know. But does anybody have plans for spring break? Because that's going to be our next trip. We are going to go out to Texas to visit our friend. I'm doing a horrible job at making bows here. That will be our next trip, but I think we're only going for a week. Won't be gone as long as this one. So let's cut this. There's our bows. Let's get some glue dots on those. Put a glue dot here. Oops. And a glue dot here. They say a lot more people are going to be traveling for spring break this year. Which the cruise ship was pretty packed. We had did that same ship in December 2021, and there was nowhere near the amount of people that were on it this time. So people are getting back to traveling. Okay, let me grab my banner that I moved out of the way. Of course, just to make sure we got it right. Okay, those are right. So let me put it back over here. And so now let's work on this one. And we're just going to use the red, or not red, sweet sorbet leaves. And you know, you could probably actually use adhesive sheets on all of these if you'd like. To make it easier, I just dab some glue on. And we're going to lay that right across like that. We are going to add two of the, oops, wrong two. We're going to add two of these guys. Oops. The rounded, whatever I called them, rounded dots. Or circles, or I don't even remember what I called them. And you don't have to glue them all the way at the top if you want them to lift up a little. Just add some glue dots, or dots of glue. And we'll add those. And then now our first letter will be love, L. And we're going to use dimensionals. Like I said, everything will be glue except for the hearts. Oops, I got glue on my fingers. Oops, everything's wanting to stick to me now. So there's our L. And I have a hole punch that I already have. So kind of be mindful of where you're placing your stuff, but it doesn't matter when it's hanging, you don't really notice. Okay, so now O, we are going to use, where is my, here it is, because it's backwards, or upside down, so I couldn't see it. We're going to use this. This is the curved leaves, I think I called it. So we're going to put that right here. And where are my two little, it's like all my stuff is hiding from me, right? Because I got too many little things going on here. So I just wanted to add some layers. And that's why I like all these leaves. Got the glue on me again. Like I said, this is a set that I used a lot in the beginning, and I haven't used it for a while. So now we're going to have O. 1, 2, 3. Gonna look different because I didn't have any of the red paper. Like I said, I used all of it in my class, and then I didn't order in my free class, and I didn't order anymore because I was gone. And then forgot. So V, so on this one, what I did is this big thing, I just snipped this one here and right there. And that's where we make it like two pieces. Yeah, but I didn't order any more of this paper, and I probably should have. I had to place an order the day before I returned home because I had some work to do. And this wasn't even on my mind. And so this one, we are going to stick over here. This is why I'm getting glue all over me. We'll just stick this one over here like that. And then we'll add the V. I hope this doesn't seem like it's taking long. We're going to add our V here. And we have our gold little, here they are. I feel like I'm losing everything. And we'll add our gold little leaves again. And you can also use glue dots on these if you want. Just to make them, you know, again, I just want to add more texture to them. More texture. Let's stick that one right under there. And now our E. So our E, we are using the mint macaron rounded stems. I think that's what I called them. And I think I popped up this other one. I had said that everything was going to be on liquid glue, but I think I popped this one up because I wanted to tuck that, tuck this one in there, in between them. So, right there like that. And then now our letter E. And we are almost done. There's our E. I guess I should tuck this one under, but that's okay. And I had said that I use the gold swirls, and I don't, those are retired, and I had them out for this project, and I don't, oh, here they are. But you can use like the champagne rhinestones, you can use the gold pearls, whatever you want. I was just trying to use these because I had so many. So I think I added one here, added one down here. Trying to look at I get confused because that paper's different. This one has two down here. And then I didn't add any on the hearts. So here is our banner right here like this. And let's get all this stuff out of the way so you can see. So what I did is I used the white baker's twine. Uh-oh, that one's stuck. I used the white baker's twine on mine. And then I just tied it in a knot at the end. And then I had it taped to my door over there. But there's our banner. You just need to punch holes through it. And then, you know, thread your twine through. I can show you real quick. I was just trying not to take a lot of time. Not ribbons in the way. And you could punch your holes at first if that's easier, and you can like mark them, like, you know, like say lay this down, this is your first one, and then you want to mark your holes and then you know where to punch them. So you can do that. This thing's still, oh, that's why I got the dimensional on the back. And I was not mindful of where I put my thing, so I had to punch a hole through there. Or this one either, but that's okay. So I'll show you quickly what I did. I need my white baker's twine. But you can use ribbon. You can, if you wanted to use that evening evergreen ribbon, you can. So I just threaded it through front and then back, so that way most of the string is in the back. And then front through the back. And then front to back. So that's all you gotta do. This twine's falling apart because I have the glue on my hand still, and it's like sticking. It's sticking to me when I'm putting it through. So you get the idea, and you just put it all through just like that. And then what I did is I added tape. Once I spaced mine out to where I wanted it, you know, fully, I added tape to the back. So let's get these out of the way. So say you want it spaced out like that. And then I just flipped it over, and you can see I added some tape to hold the string in place. So then that way now they don't move. They're in place. All right, well, I hope you guys like this project. You can do this with any designer series paper. Love is just a nice thing to hang around the house. You can put it on your mantle or, you know, hang it anywhere. I hang mine here in my craft room. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and be sure and catch me this coming Wednesday, the 22nd, I believe it is. And I have a project that is a card box that has cards in it, and we're going to be using the in colors. So enjoy. You guys have a good rest of your week. Take care. Bye-bye.